Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irresistible and I am a manifestation and soul realignment coach. My channel is here to help you become your highest potential so that you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. In today's video, I'll be talking about how one of my friends manifested something, and I'll be talking about the whole process and the amazing outcome at the end. But before we get started, just a quick reminder that I offer both email and video coaching. So if you need help in manifesting any of your desires, big or small, then you can definitely check out all the options there in the description below. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon in order to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. So let's get started. Today's video is about a manifestation that one of my really good friends had this past month that involved something that she lost and then found in the most unusual ways. Now, the purpose of this video is not so much the thing she manifested, although this can definitely be applied for anything similar that you may experience, but it's more about what she did in the process and just how magical the outcome really was. So my friend recently got a new laptop, and she does not use the cloud. She used a little USB drive to save all the contents of her laptop on that USB drive in order to shift her files to the new computer. She did that and did not immediately transfer all the files. And this USB had absolutely everything on it, including a book that she has written, including a report that she did that she was meant to deliver to a client in January. And this was back in December, so early December. And she had that little USB drive. She had it on her kitchen counter along with a bracelet that she received as a gift from someone. And that was also on her kitchen counter. And her friend was staying with her at the time. And the friend is very much a person who likes to tidy things up around the house. So as I mentioned, she had that USB drive along with a bracelet on the kitchen counter. And within about 3 days, she noticed that the USB drive was missing. And like I mentioned, that USB drive had everything on it, including the manuscript for a book that she has published, along with a report that she needed to deliver. It was a 15-page report that was going to be delivered in January. And all that she was going to do was update that report with just one paragraph before giving it to the client. That USB went missing. She's very much into manifesting, and she's like, no, this is going to be found. There's no problem there. But at some point in time, she did start to panic. There had been cleaners in her home, and her friend was also someone who tidies up. So she was worried that that USB was thrown away by mistake. And this is the process that she followed. So when she discovered that that thing was missing, her friend was staying with her, the first thing she kept saying, no, it's there. And I always say you cannot find something that's lost. So she always was remembering that you cannot find something that's lost because I don't lose things. So it's gonna be there, it's going to be found. As she was looking through she had a makeup bag sitting also next to the kitchen counter, she found the bracelet. For her, that was movement, that she is going to find the USB afterwards. Some time had passed and she still did not find it. And all the while, anytime the thought came up for her that this item was thrown away, because that was ultimately her biggest fear, is that it was thrown away, she would say, no, I don't throw things don't get thrown away like that. So she would kind of reject that idea and say, no. She would keep bringing herself back. No, it's there. It's gonna be found. So for her, the biggest urgency was the report, because she had a report that she needed to deliver. And now we are already mid-December and she needs to deliver it in January. And of course, it is less than ideal for her to repeat the whole thing, repeat the whole report. And at some point in time, she told me how she remembered that she had sent half of the report to someone and she went to her sent items and found it. So she was saying that at the very least, I have half the report. And I told her, she reminded me, by the way, I told her, no, you went to Barbados and you went to Barbados first class. So if you don't know what this is all about, I will link it above. This is something that I shared on TikTok, but I've uploaded it now to YouTube so you can see that video. It's essentially how Neville Goddard manifested himself going to visit his family in Barbados and how he went first class. So this was the advice given to him by his teacher when he was facing issues with his travel plans. Essentially, it's about you getting your full manifestation, not getting part of it, getting the full manifestation. So essentially, she kind of had to be reminded not to go for less than what she wanted, because that is less. And obviously, that's only just one file. It doesn't cover all files, including the manuscript that's on that USB. So she did keep redirecting herself. She knew it was gonna come up. It's just about when. There was a time limit, like she needed to find that USB by a certain time, or else she's gonna have to create the report, at least half of it, because now she has half of the report available to her. She now has to work on the other half. And meanwhile, she always felt, I am going to find the USB. Now, of course, she had searched everywhere and it was nowhere to be found. So she had set a time limit that on this day, I'm gonna have to actually work on completing the report if I don't find the USB. So the day before that, she went to another city in the Emirates. She went to Abu Dhabi. She had a lot of fun. She went shopping. She was really enjoying her time. In the back of her mind, there's that thought that tomorrow I'm going to have to work on completing that report if I don't find the USB. So it's like literally the last day before her actually working on that report. And she was still like, doubts would creep up, but she would always come back and say, no, I don't lose things. No, that item is not thrown away. It's somewhere to be found. I'm going to find it. So she kept she had the faith. And when the doubts came up, she kind of rejected those doubts from spiraling. She didn't allow her thoughts to go on. She would bring herself back. So it wasn't that she was affirming. She hardly affirmed for it. She really wasn't focused on any processes. She really was trusting that at some point she's going to find it, though she did have doubts and she did redirect those doubts when they did come up. On her way back to Dubai from Abu Dhabi, she was driving, and for some reason, while she's driving, she just suddenly decided to look down, and there was the USB. It was just sitting there in the most unusual and unlikely places. She never took that USB anywhere. She never put it in her handbag. She never took it out of home. So it was so bizarre that USB was there in her car where the cup holder usually goes, and it was in a place where she would see it while she's driving. And there was that USB. She could not believe how that happened. She does not know how it was placed there, what brought it there, and just the fact that she decided to look for some reason. It was kind of placed there for her to see it. And she really, truly believed that the USB was found in that unusual spot for her to see how manifesting works. So for her, she just could not believe it. For her, it was an out of thin air, last minute manifestation that was so unlikely and found in the most unlikely spot ever. And what's unusual about it is she swears that that item was not there before. That she had a million opportunities since she lost it to spot it there, and it was not there. And it's so unusual, like, why is it in the car? It was so unusual that it went from her kitchen counter to the car. She never put it in her handbag. She would not have put it in her handbag. And even if it was in her handbag, how was it sitting there in the car where the cup holder is? So this was something that was really magical for her. And of course, she found it in the perfect time. She did not have to repeat her report from scratch, and needless to say, she has all her files, including her manuscript. When it comes to manifesting is not just about manifesting a lot of money or manifesting an SP or manifesting a dream business. It's also about the daily things you are living, the daily things that you have hang-ups over, and even something like losing an item can be found just like that. The thing she did not do was give in to the possibility that it was gone forever. She never gave up on that. She did have a time limit because she did have to submit the report, but she never gave up hope that she would find it. She did have doubts. She was not always believing that she's going to find it, but she did redirect herself. She redirected her thoughts every single time that her thoughts were going to, this thing is gone forever. So nothing is out of reach. Everything is possible. And even when you manifest, notice how you're manifesting, how it's showing up. There is a message for you, even in the way your manifestation shows up. For her, this message was, this literally came out of thin air in the most unlikely places. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, and share. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.